Burning bridges is my specialty. Dating dads is my fatality.
I'm a Broadway bear, and I'm here to take center stage.
Hello! I'm Hunter Harden.
And I'm Papa the Bear.
And welcome to the Real Housebears. Well, shoot, I tell you what. We're going to go mudding, and then we're going to go talk on this podcast.
We are.
We sure are. And then afterward, we're going to go hunting, crawfishing.
I am not dressed for any of that.
You're going to have to crawl in the mud, stick your hands in holes.
I'm up for sticking my hands in holes, but it's not holes of mud.
I didn't have a good podcast for the ladies of New York today.
That's okay.
So I had to use Billy from Louisiana.
We're just getting started.
On his, you know his business card said Richard Services?
Did it? Ricard,
it's Dick Services.
It sure is. Well, we, thank God last week was our soft opening because we didn't even know
what season we were on.
Don't worry about it.
So I kept thinking that we had done 3 Salt Lake City, 3 New Jersey, and 3 Beverly Hills. But actually, we've only done 2 Beverly Hills, and this would normally be the time around when Beverly Hills would be starting. Mm-hmm. But, you know, they took the big break after they got rid of Lisa and the Kyle and Kathy of it all.
So we're on season 9. We're not on season 9 yet.
But I still thought, at least, I thought it was a fun episode.
It was a fun episode.
We had so much fun recording that one.
We're always optimistic, you and I.
But now we get a new era of New York.
Brand new ladies.
I am totally into them.
It's disrespectful how they're handling the apples in the intro.
See, I love how they're handling
I hate it. It's so disrespectful.
Oh, I like how it's new. It's different than every other city, every other franchise. They normally hold their fruit or hold their champagne or hold their diamond all
or
beautifully.
Orange.
Hands up, palms up. But, Jenna was like tossing the apple, and a few of them were holding the apple
Holding the apple by the stem.
I loved
Disrespectful.
it. I absolutely loved it. And you know what else I loved? Is that they showed taglines in the season premiere.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I love it because I get so angry when they wait until
the third episode
3.
But usually it's because they have so much to show.
Well, I was thrilled. It's always been tradition until recently that you have taglines right away. And so I'm glad that at least that is a return to form. So let's talk about taglines.
Ooh.
I love to laugh, but make me mad, and I'll date your dad.
I guess I can think which is your favorite tagline.
Well, duh, it's about dating your dad. Bryn Whitfield is my favorite.
Of course. That's no question at all.
I'm a true New Yorker. The only bull I'll take is by the horns.
I felt like Erin's made sense. Hers was the person, her thing already in episode 1 is like, I am a true New Yorker.
But when she says she grabs the bull by the horns, but isn't that big bull statue like in Chicago? Isn't Chicago known more for like the bull? New York isn't known for a bull,
No, but bull by the horns is just a common phrase.
I know it's a common phrase,
yeah.
But when I hear bull in a tagline, I think it's Chicago.
Yeah, okay, fair
enough. Well, they have
enough.
that huge bull statue that's famous there too, don't they?
I don't know. I don't know about a famous bull statue in Chicago.
Or is that in New York?
I don't know about a famous bull statue at all. Jenna Lyons.
My lashes may be fake, but I definitely keep it real.
Good way. We need this, Sonia Morgan. Good marketing.
That's smart marketing.
Good marketing, I know.
She has a lashes line.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she has a lashes line. I love that she's wearing, like, the Brooks Marks blazer in her tagline.
Is she?
It's not really a Brooks Marks blazer, but it's a blazer that has one strap going across, connecting the two sides, which that's very Brooks Marks. That was, the blazer that he and Seth were wearing.
Or was that very much a designer before Brooks Marks?
Who knows? Jessel.
I always bring the flavor. It's not my fault you don't have any taste.
You know what? I really don't feel like I have a good grasp on who she is yet.
For some reason, I feel like she's like the mom of the group. I don't know why.
I know that she's outspoken, like she just kind of says what's on her mind, because they mentioned that a little bit later. And I know she seems very OCD. But I don't really know, this is quite a sassy tagline, so I'm not really sure, if she is that sassy quite yet. Sigh.
In New York, there's a lot of bad apples, but I'm the baddest of the bunch.
I mean, it sounds like she's going to be, like, quite the shit stirrer.
It seems like it. It seems like she gets in a lot of people's faces this season, too, from the previews.
And we know that Bryn is a shit stirrer, so I guess it makes sense that they're friends.
Yeah.
Uba.
The secret ingredient? Darling, it's me.
Uba, 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 Uba. I need to figure out what song that is. I keep thinking of that. Every time I hear that, I'm like, Uba, Uba, Uba,
That is a song.
Uba, 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 Uba.
Oh my gosh, I can't
And
think
I can't
of what
think
it
of
is.
that song is, but every time I hear Uba, I'm like, Uba, 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 Uba.
The secret ingredient is bananas.
She loves herself some bananas.
That's what the secret ingredient is.
is.
So those are the new ladies. I'm so excited. I feel like this was an awesome premiere. I felt like they were all interesting. I feel like they all had something likable about them. I think this cast is great. It really feels New York. And I am so excited about this cast. But before we get into the season premiere, there's someone else very important that we need to talk about.
So, I'm thinking the reason why we didn't see this the first time is because I think this listener, is from Canada.
And that might be why we don't see their reviews.
Because they sent us a message of the review. They gave us 2 reviews, I guess, 2 ratings, and sent us a screenshot of it too. But when we looked on our pages here, we don't see it. And like when you look at the picture, it says we only have 2 ratings when we have like 80-something ratings on our Apple. But it is on Apple. So I'm sorry to Neater, who gave us a 5-star rating, said, "You are my favorite bears, and I look forward to your podcast every week." Thank you, Neater. You are hashtag
Housebears famous.
Yay, thank you for our cute little review, and thank you for sending it to us when we didn't.
Yes.
Because I think that was June. Yeah, June 16th. They posted that. So sorry that we didn't see it. I guess when you're in Canada or somewhere else, I guess we just don't see those reviews.
Thank you.
But thank you for giving us a 5-star rating, because now we have a 5-star rating in Canada's Apple podcast.
Yes, work. So Juanita is there.
Juanita.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into it's the season 14 premiere, but it just kind of feels like the series premiere.
Premiere.
It has a really beautiful look through the taglines where they have like the 3 screens behind them, and it feels just updated and modern and exciting.
This episode is definitely just introducing everybody.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So it's going to take time to like have these ladies grow on you, I think.
I'm already fascinated by many of them.
I'm nervous about Bryn. Because I really, really like Bryn, but I just have this deep feeling that later on it's not going to be fun anymore.
I mean, I agree. Especially after seeing her on Watch What Happens Live, I was like, I don't know if she's mature enough to be likable all the way.
Yeah, I like her a lot right now, but I just have a feeling already that like in a season or two, I'm going to be like, man, she's just really getting on my nerves.
She's gotten, you can already tell, she's gotten away with being cute and funny.
Mm-hmm.
She's gotten away with being irreverent by being cute and funny. That's why you relate to her so much. Yeah.
But I do really like Jenna Lyons.
Oh, I
like Jenna
was
Lyons.
prepared
She's
to hate her.
Interesting.
In every like little promo that I'd seen up until recently, I was like, she looks boring. I'm not going to like her at all.
And I saw her on Watch What Happens Live, and apparently her and Andy have been friends for a very long time.
Yeah, I think she's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think she's a great addition.
She's interesting.
I love that she wears fake glasses for fashion.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I mean, she just fashion, darling, fashion.
So we're gonna talk about the women.
So the episode starts off beautifully with really just kind of mostly Bren telling the producer about all of the women.
Yeah,
what a great way to get us caught up right away.
And I think not Jessel, Sia said stuff. Sia said stuff, and so did Uba.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
they were
those were
all
like
just
the
kind
three
of
of them.
introducing each other.
Yeah, kind of
So
introducing each other.
Bren is like the fun one. She's going to be the shit stirrer.
The daddy chaser, single girl in New York.
Yes.
Jenna, who wears fake glasses but is in fashion and is a boss.
So I read just recently today, I actually read just this morning that someone's like, I met Jenna Lyons and she was the most rudest, blah, 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 blah kind of person. But after watching this episode where even she says later, like, that small talk is her kryptonite, I related to that so much. Yeah. I was like, maybe she's just quiet and you misread her.
And who knows where this person met her, probably like in passing and she was busy or sidetracked or something.
Right.
And people just love to be nasty anyways. But Sai is an influencer and very short.
We skipped Jessel.
Oh, whoops.
Who they really just say that she's the kind of person who's unedited when she talks.
Oh, Jessel the publisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sai. Sai was very controversial casting. Because everyone was like, "Oh my God, they're just casting a whole bunch of influencers. They're not casting like real women or real business women." So Sai, she is. She's like,
if you're surviving as an influencer in New York, you're doing pretty good.
When your husband can retire so that you can be an influencer, that is incredible. In our world, when you say content creator, that means something completely different. Uba. She is, exuberant. She is Chanel Ayans from Real Housewives Dubai's cousin. Mm-hmm. And it's weird how they light her.
Her skin tone.
Throughout all of the scenes when she's with the women, it looks completely different than in her confessional. Yeah. In confessional, she looks like she's computer generated.
Yeah, it just seems like the skin tone is fake.
Yeah.
It's weird. I had a hard time seeing her in her confessional.
But it's smooth and gorgeous. Don't get me wrong.
She's gorgeous,
but it's just so different than than her non-confessional scenes.
Yeah.
I die.
We have Erin, who is, again, a true New Yorker. Yeah. She's a straight shooter. And when Erin's like, this group of women are the real representation of New York, I believe it.
Well, I feel like the last ladies were too, weren't they?
Well, they were all just a bunch of white women.
Yeah.
Until the final season, So New York is far from a bunch of white women.
Brownstone.
But I did write, I like how they hold the apples. That's funny.
I just wrote, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, we start off at Sai's Brownstone in Brooklyn.
When she was talking about how she used to walk down the street and look in people's windows, that's all I do. Like whenever I'm in New York or Chicago or like big cities that have homes that are right next to the busy street.
Yeah.
You look right in their, like, how can you not look right in their windows?
Right.
And I would hate that. I would be so nervous in my house all the time.
Well, it's really funny. In the original RHONY, Alex McCord lived in Brooklyn, and they were like, how dare she live all the way out in Brooklyn? And now Brooklyn is a cool place to be, She has children, London and Rio. Bryn comes over and says, like, take your shoes off.
Yeah, unless you got that craggly feet.
I don't want to out people with the crusty feet.
But Brent's like, Sai has like the best life. She has great kids. She has a great husband. She has the life I want. Should I kill her?
I know.
Take her life?
I love her. She's. I could definitely see she's going to have a lot of the one-liners for us to record.
Yeah, probably. And then over at Washington Square Park, Erin and Uba meet together. Erin's son accidentally drank her celery juice.
I didn't know celery juice can do that to you.
Well, I mean, it'll loosen things up. That's probably why she's so skinny, because it just
Celery juice
cleans
every morning.
it out. And he was cleaned out
Every
at
morning
school.
and every evening.
And this is going to come back again later at the end of the episode.
Uh-huh.
Jessel has twin boys. They seem like nightmares.
Monsters.
They're driving across the Brooklyn Bridge for the first time.
And the kids are just like, yeah. Like,
I'm
all I
too,
see is
Mom.
wires. Like, I don't understand what's architecture.
And I'm 2 years old. I don't care about any of
I
it.
have a screen in front of me that's showing me bright colors, okay? You should be seeing this.
Right.
This is magical.
And then they get at Size, and I like Bren's like, I look at Size kids, and I'm like, oh, knock me up. And then I look at Jessel's kids, and I'm like,
Ooh, close legs.
I'm good, thank you.
Like, as soon as they show up, the kids are just running through the house, taking things, throwing things around.
But you know what? That's what children that age do.
Toddlers.
I mean, they're not bad kids. It's easy to make fun of, but they're just kids. That's what little kids that age do.
Monsters.
I mean, if you listen to Andy Cohen talk about Ben, I mean...
He's a little monster.
Yeah, it's just what kids do. It's just what kids do.
It's like the Terrible Twos.
Back at the park, Erin is upset with Bren because Erin organized a dinner for everyone. Bren and Cy chose not to come because the restaurant wasn't chic enough.
No, I think they went and then left.
No, they didn't show up at all.
Okay, I've been confused about this whole
they didn't show up at
what's
all.
upset, who's upset.
No, Erin is upset
but they went out
because
instead.
they didn't go to Erin's thing and they went out to a more chic restaurant.
They didn't
instead.
go to Beep restaurant or
Right.
Beep place.
They did not go to Beep.
No beeping. Okay.
There are a lot of theories on
What the
Twitter
beep is.
where the beep is. But listen, if they're like, it's like chicer than Olive Garden, but it's so not cool anymore that I would rather go to Olive Garden. And listen, I don't hate me some Olive Garden breadsticks.
We just went to Olive Garden not too long
I
ago.
will
Their
eat
salad
some
is
Olive
bomb.
Garden, yes.
The key is to go, order your food, fill up on the breadsticks, and eat a ton of salad. Take home the food you made, eat it later in the evening. And that's how you save money at Olive Garden.
And that's what we do pretty regularly. I like when she was like, I would only take them there if they were like guests from Florida. But I mean, if there's like athletes there and yesteryear's models, count me in.
That's weird.
Bren tells a story that Erin is mad at Cy because Cy shaded Erin about her charcuterie board.
Her charcuterie. This is
Oh, you eat cheese? Ooh.
That's weird.
Cheese, that's weird.
that's weird.
That's weird that you eat cheese.
Well, first of all, I'm having Salt Lake City PTSD, the season of charcuterie boards.
Yes.
At least it wasn't a storyline.
But this whole argument, it seems really ridiculous. And, like, even Cy, even later on when they're arguing about it, like, at dinner, even Cy's like, eating cheese, as they're saying, like, I love cheese. So is the argument that Bryn does think Erin really said that?
I think the argument is...
About Cy?
So, I think what Erin is mad about is that Bren is telling a story that never happened.
That never happened, okay.
Cy, feels like is, on guard because apparently she shaded Erin.
Okay.
And apparently Erin's mad, according to what Bren said.
Well, that's weird.
I think that's weird.
That's weird and very chic.
And stupid. All of it. But I'm into it. Give me Cheesegate. At Jessel's apartment, the apartment is not clean enough, despite her mother and, I guess, husband claiming to clean. Not clean
I wanted to
enough.
look this up, but I didn't have enough time. But her mom, Neelam, looks just like that actress. And the only thing I could really say, like, what movie she's been in, and she was in Heroes. And you haven't seen Heroes.
No, I have not.
But she was the mother of the kid... of the senator or whatever. She was big in the show or something, I can't remember. But her son had the, like, cockeyed, like, mouth and stuff.
Well, let's find out.
Christine Rose.
Christine Rose. She's been in a lot of television, actually, according to her IMDb. A lot of television.
Yeah, but like
nothing...
she's not. She hasn't been like in anything like big or leading, but she's been in everything. But the only thing I can like, but that she looks just like her mom. Don't they look very similar?
Yeah.
I mean, they look so similar. Like, especially if Christine Rose, like, cut her hair really, really short.
Okay. I've never seen Christine Rose. I don't know that I've seen much of what she's been in.
Every time I saw Neelam, I was like, oh my gosh, it's her. But there are greasy fingerprints everywhere in the house. Oh, the mother is not being helpful. Apparently, Jessel moved here from London to be in the fashion industry.
Yes. She met Pavitt and they were friends.
First.
She fixed him, then she married him.
Well.
Girl, you can't fix a man. I'll tell ya, you can't fix a man. You just gotta find one whose baggage matches yours.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Or at least color coordinate.
Right?
Oh.
But she kicks him out. She's like, could you find somewhere else to work?
Wait, what is this? What are you doing here? What are you doing? What are you doing here? What's happening?
Jenna Lyons shows up to their home, and have you noticed that everyone always calls her Jenna Lyons?
Jenna Lyons,
It's
yes.
never Jenna.
It's like Jen Fessler.
Right, and so many of my friends that I call a lot of people by first name and last name just because it sounds right.
Yeah.
But Jenna Lyons is kind of a fashion icon, so, you know, in the media, you're going to see Jenna Lyons. She's wearing a trucker cap, which I'm like, okay.
I love it.
Very first scene where a trucker cap.
And that trucker cap is very 2000s.
Right.
Wait, it's not 2006? No, it's not 2005.
Oh, 2005.
It's not
Early
Well,
2000s.
you know, the 90s is
coming,
now.
it's coming right next.
Yep.
Pearl necklaces are so back in fashion.
For men.
For men. Isn't that crazy? But even for women, I mean, women are wearing it too, but men are wearing pearl necklaces. And I want to get one, but now I'm like, I feel like I'm too late to the game. And I'm like, I'll be like, oh, you're just following the trend. But I think I would look good with a pearl necklace against my fur.
I think you're going to have to get one a little bit longer than your beard.
Well, it'll be hidden pearl necklaces.
I like that Jenna immediately helps herself to an Oreo and without even asking, and then it's like, oh, but wait, are these old?
Yeah, like how old are these? Are these just for show?
And Jess probably like, are you going to say on camera that we're going to leave out old Oreos? No way.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
For poor people. Jenna Lyons has invited everyone over to her house for a girls' night in.
For fondue and cheese party. Basically, that's what it is. Is it a cheese party?
She loves a theme party. At J. Crew, they used to do theme parties.
And J. Crew has a lot of khaki.
Right. So, khaki, black, and gold.
Yes.
A lot of people, a lot of these women are very confused. They thought that khaki was a material.
They are very perplexed.
Yes,
by this khaki introduction.
They think it's a material, not a color.
Yes.
We'll talk about their interpretations a little bit later, but I feel like Uba in particular.
Uba did the best.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jessel brings up cheesegate,
Yes.
to Jenna Lyons. And Jenna Lyons like, well, I'm going to have another cheese.
I love cheese.
And my party is going to be a cheese party.
I don't know why everybody's so against cheese.
No one
What's going on? No one's against it. But why is cheese being pulled in the middle of this?
Seriously, what did cheese ever do to you all besides maybe constipate you?
Well, I mean, cheese can stink sometimes, but you know what? It's cheese.
It's cheese. Over at Aaron's, she's with Sandy, the housekeeper, and Kelly, her sister.
This was the biggest introductory through the entire show. So it's over at Aaron's house with Sandy, her housekeeper, Kelly, her sister, her 3 kids, Regal, her mother-in-law, Daniel, Aaron's brother, David, Aaron's other brother, Eli, her father, and Abe, her husband. I was like, dang, that was a long list of people you just introduced right now.
Erin and her husband are very stressed out about the kids. They say it over and over and over again about how stressful these children are.
I wrote, apparently they should not have had kids because they drive them both crazy, and it's basically those really rich kids that everyone's like, wow, you're so lucky to have grown up rich and stuff. And they're like, well, I saw my parents maybe a month in my entire life.
Yeah, they're like...
because I was raised by 4 other people. I went to school away from my family. I basically saw my parents for like one day in Christmas.
The key to good parenting is keep them so distracted that they don't bug you.
Oh my gosh.
I support it. Listen, I have too many friends who will all agree that the only way to keep your sanity is to just keep your kids distracted enough that they leave you alone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see, there are sometimes I see my friends who her parents are like, man, being a parent is the best thing in the world. But most of the time it's like, oh my God, my kids are driving me crazy. I'm like, so glad
I just saw a post from one of my friends from high school, and one of the kids is like run away from like the school that he was at. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you guys.
I like watching these women get embarrassed on camera, like Erin being embarrassed that Abe is drinking wine out of a coffee mug.
Oh my gosh. We have heirs.
And earlier, Jessel worried about a few fingerprints on the coffee table. These women do not want to look shamed on camera.
And also, during Watch What Happens Live, Jenna Lyons said, I can't look down anymore because it has rolls in my face. So I don't look down anymore on the show.
Right. Erin and Abe are a lot like us. She's like, we keep having kids because we really like each other. We can't quit having sex.
Oh my gosh, with your family's fertility, if I was a girl, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I would have to have a vasectomy. You would have to have your tubes tied.
And it would be horrible. It would be a nightmare.
I know I'm about to get spanked.
Kids would still get through.
Right when Erin is announcing to everyone to mark their calendars because they have a big party on December 14th, her son Elijah comes in with his pants down around his ankles saying, I have poop.
That poor kid. That's going to come back to bite him in the butt.
It was like my very first scene. My husband's drinking wine out of a coffee cup.
And my child is walking around with poop on his butt.
He's going to hate it when he's older, but
poor kid.
But the family's going to be so happy to have that on camera for the rest of their life.
I do remember when when I went to go see my oldest sister, and I had nieces and nephews that are around that age. Well, my nephew sat on the toilet too long, and so his legs went numb. So when he needed his butt, he literally crawled on his arms and dragged himself across the carpet on his arms with his legs just dragging behind him to find his mom.
Gosh, no.
He army crawled through the entire living room to the kitchen. I was laughing so hard. I couldn't understand it. Bare butt. Everything. It was so funny.
That is crappy.
That is crappy. I was like, you're gonna get rug burn on your thingy.
We have the getting ready montage.
Yes.
No one understands the khaki. No one owns any khaki. No one even really knows what khaki is. We get to meet David, Sai's husband, who thinks that the cheese thing is hysterical.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing you've ever told me.
He's like, because you were a bitch about cheese.
Yeah. He's like, wait, but you love cheese.
But again, he retired.
Yeah,
so that she could be a content.
And I was looking at their house, and I was like, dang, I wonder what he did. And he looks young.
Yeah. Jessel calls Erin and tells her about the conversation at Sai's yesterday where Bran was kind of spreading all that. And now Erin is furious with Bran.
Cheesegate is traveling fast.
But apparently none of it happened at all. And Bran was just
saying shit. And even, we'll get to it later.
We finally get to Jenna Lyons' gorgeous pad.
In Soho.
Gorgeous. How about, before we get into Ladies' Night, we take a quick break, and then we'll do Ladies' Night and Crappie Lake when we get back.
Okay.
Bye.
I'm going to eat some cheese, and then I'm going to her up.
And we're back.
We're back at Jenna Lyons' apartment. The spread looks quite amazing. It's beautiful.
It's cheesy.
And I want to try all the cheese.
The more he eats, the less annoying he'll be.
I want to try every one of them.
I'm not a big cheese connoisseur. I do like cheese, but I'm not a big fancy connoisseur.
Well, with something like that, I want to try most of them, even though I know I don't like a blue cheese. I would also like to try Brandon, the chef/friend.
He was all right.
I thought he was cute. I love Popeye, the Chihuahua.
The Chihuahua. Dark. Our light just went out.
It wouldn't be an episode if one of our lights didn't
I
go
know.
out.
If you can't handle this energy, stay home.
She has a son named Beckett, who is 15. Was surprised by that. I just kind of assumed she was always a lesbian.
Joint custody with her ex. Jenna's shoe closet is magical.
Right?
I would like to go to there.
I went to view all of her closets. Her shoe closet, her clothes closet. I mean, I couldn't wear any of them. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
It looks like a wonderland.
The elevator to the apartment room is so chic.
Right? Right? Oh,
There
no,
goes our
we just
second
lost
light.
both of our
Oh,
lights.
our lighting
Wow.
actually still looks good in here.
Okay, good. So Erin arrives first. She's empty-handed. Mm-hmm. I would never. Jessel shows up with a cake. Mm-hmm. Sai shows up empty-handed. Mm-hmm. I especially would be mad if I had just shaded her cheese earlier.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, she shaded Erin's cheese. Never mind.
Yeah.
Then Uba arrives in the animal print. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the best.
That's some
one.
khaki and black and maybe a little bit of gold.
And Uba has gifts.
Gifts.
So Bryn's not there yet. She's running late.
She already knows she's in trouble with Erin.
Yeah. But Sai fesses up. She's like, listen, you're right. I did totally bail. But I didn't want to go to Bleep.
Yeah, Bleep.
I wouldn't be caught dead at Bleep.
It's weird that then Erin's like, I just love how she's just so upfront and stuff and apologizes. That's why I could be friends with her. Bryn's not like that. I'm like, but you told her you were upset that she left and then she apologized. So how come you can't give Bryn the same?
Well, because Bryn's
Grace.
spreading rumors
Oh, well, that's just about cheese.
about the cheese shade.
That's just cheese.
Yeah, but I mean,
still.
even later when Erin and Bryn talk it out in the bedroom,
I
they
feel like
get
it's
down
still-
to that. They get down to that. It really was more about just not showing up. The cheese thing was stupid. Yeah.
It is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
So Bryn, as with all shows, shows up when everyone's talking about her. Mm-hmm. She calls Erin, is it baby doll? Is that what she calls her?
I don't know.
She calls her, I think it's baby doll. She calls her that twice. I'm like, that's stupid. But she admits to Jenna Lyons that she's late because she's scared of Erin. Mm-hmm. So they all get envelopes with questions to play a game because Jenna's like, I don't want
Small
awkward
talk.
silence.
Yeah.
Small talk is not my thing. Remember how you and I used to have a lot of conversations about how small talk terrified us.
Yes.
I think we've overcome it mostly.
Well, you just got to come up with easy questions. Where'd you come from? Is this your first time here? Did you come with anybody here? Or like, where are you originally from?
get
What do you
to
do for
know
work?
someone.
It's just those questions. It's all very generic.
and it'll lead to something hopefully interesting.
Yes. Are you into video games?
But I get it.
Yeah.
Question 1, what type of porn do you like?
Cheese, ice cream, and coffee.
I thought about us answering these questions on the pod, but I don't know if I'm ready to be that transparent.
Not about what porn I watch. No.
How about a lot?
Yeah.
That's
how
what
about
type of porn
how
I
about we're just addicted to porn?
Are you submissive or dominant in bed?
Both.
Both.
Uba is a starfish.
Erin's husband won't orgasm until she does.
Okay, so my best friend Corey, who's straight, he's the same way. He will not be satisfied until she is satisfied first. He will not ejaculate or whatever until she does.
I know a lot of men that way as well.
Yeah, well.
That are in male partnerships. But according to Jenna Lyons, she's like, hey, when you're a lesbian, you just go into it knowing
Both of
that
us are gonna get
everyone's going
satisfied.
to. We all know how to make it work. Mm-hmm. And we make it work. What are you a little addicted to? Porn, alcohol, shopping, or arguing? Bryn's like, D, all of the above. And I'm like, no, stupid, it's E, all of the above, because there were 4 choices.
No, stupid. God, you're so nasty.
You dumb B. Uba, as we mentioned, is addicted to bananas.
Bananas,
like, apparently
like-
Somalians live for a banana.
She's got too much potassium, honey.
Yeah, so the conversation goes from bananas to constipate you, to diarrhea.
To diarrhea of the mouth, maybe?
To Bren having diarrhea of the mouth. I mean, that was a really easy, smooth transition about some of our favorite things.
Oh, yes.
Gross. Everyone agrees this is a really stupid argument.
So Aaron's like, let's go, Bryn. Let's go finish this convo in the back.
Let's hash it out.
I love Bryn. She's like a goldfish. She just gets so sidetracked so easily. And she's like, well, I'm going to get yelled at, but ooh, look at this
Shiny
crab
things.
Oh my gosh, that's shiny. Ooh,
Yeah.
look over here. That's pretty. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to go over here.
But they move on pretty quickly, and it really just seems as if the bottom line is, I really mostly hate that you just left me and didn't come to my thing. Morris, and it seems like you and Cy have become a team that's not on my team.
Yes.
That's more than the cheese gate.
They settle things, and then they go try on some of Jenna Lyons' clothes.
That was
shoes.
funny. That was funny.
I like that a lot. And then they go to hug, and one's wearing sequins, and the other one is wearing mesh. Does not go very well together.
And Jenna Lyons is having an anxiety
attack the whole time sitting there.
She's like, I haven't had anyone in my house for 13 years.
Yeah.
And now you're
And
coming
now
in
y'all
here
are in
messing with
my
my things.
You know, that's a $15,000 sweater, you know?
Right.
And that's a $100,000 mesh top, thank you.
One of a kind.
One of a kind. Made by blind nuns, thank
Right.
you.
So I loved this first episode. I love this new cast. There's no one that I dislike yet.
Yeah.
Jessel is the one that I don't feel like I know is very well yet or have a handle on who she is. But I think the other women it's pretty easy to kind of read them in this first episode.
Yeah, like I said, it takes time to get to know people and to find out what you like about someone. So give it time, everybody.
And I just hope that Jenna Lyons just gets weirder and weirder throughout the whole season. I just love her. I love her so much.
I mean, should we go to the not the swamps, but should we be going to like that small town, Benton, Illinois, and go mudding now?
I don't see any of these women in the current New York cast going mudding in Benton, Illinois.
They don't even know what Benton, Illinois is.
So we find out that Sonja went to Pound Town.
She hella hooked up with Billy, and I guess multiple times that night.
Billy Ricard, he was young, hooked up with a celebrity.
Yeah.
He was giving it his all.
Yeah, Sonja got dick down. He definitely, I love it that he left his business card, but it says Richard Services on it, and that's Dick Services. Yes, sir. You did do a good service with your dick.
I'm hooked on Billy like catnip with a cat.
You sure did.
Dick.
I just want to call him Ricard. It's hard for me to remember Billy. So they're prepping for happy hour. Apparently happy hour is a thing that already happens in Benton, but the ladies feel that one way to increase tourism is to elevate happy hour to crappy hour.
Okay.
I don't know that really continuing to encourage crappy or crap is a good way. I don't know if that's
I
good
think
marketing.
the town is into it.
They want more people to come from out of town, maybe, though. Don't
Listen,
call it
you
crap.
didn't want to watch Schitt's Creek because of the name.
True,
So
true.
I can understand that.
So Craig from Parks and Recreation. I was like, what does he work for? Parks and Rec? But it is the Public
is.
Works Director.
Yeah.
He calls them, and they're having a really hard time shutting up and letting him talk.
Oh my gosh. You could tell right now, like in this episode, Sonja's very clear-headed. Sonja's very focused. And Sonja is the one ditzing and playing around and not listening. Luann is playing around and ditzing around.
It's weird.
So it's really weird. But yeah, Sonja definitely got those cobwebs cleaned out. And she's thinking clearly now. She's focused.
He knocked the sense right into it.
Yes, and poor Luann is twirling a baton
She's so
in the
distracted
air
because
she
horny.
needs some dick. Yeah, she needs There's this episode.
She's distracted.
There's this episode of Seinfeld where George can't have sex, and the longer he goes without sex, the smarter he gets.
I know that.
But Julia Louis Drive. What's her name in it?
Elaine.
She stops having sex because she thinks it's going to do the same thing, and her boyfriend is trying to study for the his medical license, so she's forbidding sex from him. But she gets dumber because she's not getting laid, and she like forgets what she's saying. That's what's happening to Luann right now.
100%.
She's getting dumber right now because
your brain is only thinking about sex.
She's on some dick.
Well, they meet Craig, and he's the one that called them spoiled rich girls in the first episode.
And he has absolutely no lips.
And no personality.
No, he doesn't. Well, he's a bullfighter and a bull clown?
Yeah, he's a
that's
rodeo
crazy.
clown, they call it.
Yeah, rodeo clown, yeah. And a bullfighter, that's hot. Okay. You don't have to have a personality.
But isn't the rodeo clown the one that distracts the bull that they don't kill the riders?
Yeah, it looks like he does both.
Wow, okay.
He rides them, and he's the bull clown.
Well, it has taken a really long time for them to try to get a park because of funding. So Sonja and Luann are going to call in the reinforcement, their wealthy reinforcements.
Mm-hmm.
Sonya's like, I would normally say, you don't have to screw around here to get money, but everyone here is married.
So she's got to spread out her net.
They're like, Craig, everyone they talk to, the firefighters, now Craig, they're like, do you have any talent? Do you have any talent? What can you do on stage?
Do you have any talent? Well, he does have
I'm a rodeo clown.
Yeah.
Sonja, while they're at the park, got dog poo on her shoes and somehow it was practically on the roof
everywhere.
Of the truck.
Like, where, how?
Sonja, are you standing on your seat? Like, what is going on?
Sonja, what are you doing? But they, apparently they are going to go mud in with Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Sonja is hooked on him,
she's hooked on the D.
Yeah, she's like this. Well, and plus in that town, like you gotta what else are you?
There's not too many to choose from.
There's not a lot of fish to choose from.
Right.
I just want to know if I'm getting laid tonight.
But on the way, though, they stopped by quite an impressive lemonade stand.
Goodness, that was the most fanciest lemonade stand I've ever seen.
It's called Squeeze the Day.
And it even had like an awning. It had like different flavors. It had like strawberry lemonade and stuff. And it was like all freshly, and it was like, it was way well done. I was like, this is like a scam.
Well, you can tell their mom is like the fancy lady of the town. She's always dressed real cute. She's been on camera a few times.
That little cherry blossom thingy that she was wearing. I'm like, girl, where'd you get that?
I bet you she knows every single thing that goes on in that
town. Yes.
Very much small town fancy.
But I do love that Luann goes out there to get more people in the crowd, and she sex sells.
Luann has her tits and ass out. It always works.
Yeah.
But the only people that are coming are women because they know who they are. All the guys are just taking pictures and whistling from their trucks.
Luann's out there dressed like a hoe, got a Daisy Dukes on.
The guys can't stay because they're all got their wives in the car.
Right. And then that mom, I missed her name, she invites them to her royal tea.
She's like, because y'all are royal. You're the royalty.
Well, and Luann is a former countess.
Well, I mean, that is royalty.
Yeah.
Was royalty.
Now, I'm not so mad at Jared, who works at the Mud Ranch.
Hey, Jared, what's up? I like Jared much more.
I would do Jared.
Hey, Jared.
But Billy shows up in a stretch limo.
And
Sonja's like, still not satisfied.
There's
normally
not
when I get caught in a stretch limo, there's alcohol and
there's
treats.
food and snacks and like something to drink here.
But they get I've never seen vehicles like this. I don't even think I've seen on TV.
Mud-in trucks? Yeah, they're basically monster trucks.
I feel like I've seen monster trucks, but I didn't know. I guess I didn't notice all this stuff.
Monster trucks aren't as high. They're built big, but the tires are big. This one, the tires are big, plus they're high.
The height is what I've never seen before. That is crazy. But Billy's trying to show off, and they get stuck. So Luann and Jared to the rescue. Mm-hmm. They tow him out, and then the stupid tug of war between the truck and the car. That is the stupidest, most straight guy thing.
It's so straight, yeah. It's
destroyed your tires.
Well, they're just wrecking cars. That's what they're there for.
I guess I've never had a car that I can just wreck. But then Luann makes a pass at Billy.
Of course she does.
My turn.
And because he's been with Sonja.
And Sonja ain't having it. She pushes Luann right in the mouth. But Lou gets her back.
Oh my gosh, they are so stupid.
So then they're going to see the mayor.
Let's go see the mayor. I still don't know his name.
No one does.
Okay.
It's just mayor.
Is it mayor?
Still, through again, multiple times in this episode, Luann's just like, bye, mayor.
Bye,
Hi,
mayor.
mayor. Hello, mayor. And like, it's
What
just
if
mayor.
his name really is Benton?
What if his name is Mayor?
What if his name
What if he's not actually the mayor, but his name
is
Mayor?
Mayor, and his last name is Benton, Mayor Benton? That's crazy.
Would you die?
I would lose my crap.
So they come in like petting his cardboard stand-up, which I noticed the cardboard stand-up in the first episode.
In the first
I was
episode,
like,
yeah.
Well, why does that? I'm sure it was a gift.
Well, I'm sure it was just promotional stuff.
Or
from
something
his...
he used during his campaign,
Yeah.
maybe. But they've actually been doing some work at the playground. Like,
I know. I didn't realize that they've been cutting brush and clearing stuff for the playground. They already have a playground set up, picked out, and paid for or something.
According to their connections, they got.
They said
like,
that's
a
the only thing they're
full,
waiting
like,
for now.
Playground.
It's like
that's incredible.
It's a cute little blue and white one. I like it.
But we finish off the episode back at the hotel.
Very scary. It's very nerve-wracking.
With the cardboard cutout.
Yeah, Sonja shows up at Luann's room with the cutout of the mayor to give Luann some bad news.
They're not getting the playground.
No, it's not in stock, so it's not happening. So this is very simple life. So instead of just talking to each other about what they should do, they say, well, let's practice telling them the mayor, this cutout of the mayor. And Sonja is the mayor and like lunging at her and stuff, like getting in Luann's face, like, this is what's going to happen. It's going to get your face. And they're both like trying to flirt with them first, give them compliments, and then telling them, well, we're not getting the part.
But you know what? I bet during COVID, people who had money and had their kids stuck at home bought all kinds of playground equipment for their wealthy people in particular that normally wouldn't. So it makes sense. I mean, remember when we tried to buy furniture?
Oh, yeah.
During COVID? Everyone else had the same opinion.
Oh, yeah, raisiny. Very raisiny.
So, y'all, sorry, that was a random, completely reference to nothing that makes any sense.
But it was funny to
This morning on the Today Show, during the Hoda and Jenna hour, they were talking about how 90s fashion is back in.
They were doing like
and 90s makeup. And they were using a lipstick, and the makeup artist said using a raisiny lipstick, and Hoda goes, oh, raisiny.
And we both were like, oh, raisiny. Like, oh, that makes sense now.
I don't even know if she said, oh. I don't even know. I think she just went, raisiny.
No, I think she did go, oh, raisiny. Like, she understood, oh, I get it now.
Raisiny.
But it's like, no, it's just the color. Like, there's nothing to
it was, we both, I can't believe you just said that.
Raisiny.
Now I'm going to have to somehow find that episode online. Maybe go to today.com and find raisiny. Oh my gosh. Well, you all, don't be shriveled up raisins. Instead, be fruitful grapes.
Oh.
I don't know what that meant either.
Be fruitful grapes.
But that was me trying to transition into you
grapey.
getting on our social media. We are on Facebook and Instagram. We are The Real Housebears. On Twitter, we are Real Housebears. And you can email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
You could also buy some merch from us at realhousebears.redbubble.com.
There's not a dot before in the beginning. It's just Real Housebears.
realhousebears.redbubble.com. Thank you for correcting me when it's my job. And then you could listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. And you could also watch us on YouTube and probably somewhere else. Just like Google us.
Spotify for podcasts.
Spotify for podcasts. Google us, Barbara. And then if you're on Apple Podcasts or anywhere that you could give some kind of rating system, leave us a 5-star rating or rating and then a cute little review. And if you want to, you could even send it to us in a screenshot to make sure we see it. And you can become hashtag Housebears famous, just like Neater Neater.
Have a great one.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Sure the microphone is working.
Working.
Get your work done.
Working.